January favorites time. I have a lot of products, but I do have more skincare than I do makeup. So I'm going to start with makeup. I also have a hair care product, one little Etsy shop that I want to share with you, and one fail that I think a lot of you might be surprised by. Still, like, this is just my manly voice that you're going to hear in every video now because I've accepted the fact that I'm just never going to get better. I feel okay. I just constantly sound like this and my throat hurts every other day and then it's fine, and this cough, it's just like I've accepted it. I'm not gonna fight it anymore. I mean, I'm trying to stay healthy, but it's like impossible. I feel like Addison's sick every other week and 'tis the season. I'm sorry if I sound like this, but the show must go on, so let's get started. First up is my highlighter. This is the one I've been using all month long, and I've had a couple questions in videos on it. And this is the Lou-Manizer by The Balm. This is not a new product. This is a product I've worn and talked about and loved for quite a while. But I've actually been layering this with my Rodial Insta Glam Glow, which is my kind of cheek cream highlight that I've shared in I think my November favorites video. But it layers on top of it so beautifully. It's on my cheeks today. It's really not overpowering. It's not really glittery, but you can definitely tell that there is a glowiness, dewiness to the skin and to the cheekbones, and I just love it. I feel like this is one highlighter that I just don't ever want to be without, no matter how many like MSFs and other highlighting products I have. I feel like this is just like the creme de la creme for me. And then this concealer, again, has been the only concealer I've worn all month. I did try the Naked by Urban Decay, and I do like it, but I've just gone back to this one. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer, and I use it in the shade Light. I use this mainly for under my eyes, but I also highlight like the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, down here, my upper lip, and just anywhere I want my face to look a little bit lighter. But it does cover really well because there's times when I just want to get the rest of the product off of the wand, and I'll just do like the sides of my mouth, and I have a little bit of scarring down here, and it covers it beautifully, and it just kind of lightens my whole face, and it looks really beautiful, and it stays on all day. I never have to worry about it wearing off or my veins showing through or any darkness coming through. It's just a really, really good, like, high power concealer that you can just count on to get you through the whole day. And then to set my concealer, I go back and forth between my Bare Essentials Well Rested, I'm still using that, and also I've been using the Dim Light in the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. And this has been the brush that I've really been enjoying using. It's the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. I thought that I had this in my bajillion brush collection, but when I went in the bag of brushes, I didn't have this. I like gave it away, I don't know. So I ended up buying a new one from Sigma, and this one is just the rose gold. They call it copper on the website. But it's a beautiful tapered brush. It just sets that eye area beautifully. I use it down the bridge of my nose, like anywhere I just put that concealer, and it's perfect. It's fluffy, but it still has a bit of, it's still dense in the bottom of it, but it's tapered to that point so you can really get up under it. And between this and the setting powder that I've been using with the concealer, it's just been like a deadly combination when it comes to covering under eye circles and darkness. I will talk about the one hair product and get this out of the way. This is by Paul Mitchell, and it's the Hold Me Tight Finishing Spray. And I was introduced to this when I went and got my hair blown out. You know, and there's like weekends where you just feel like you just don't want to wash your hair. Well, I was having one of those weekends, and I went in to just like relax and have a scalp massage and get my hair blown out. And every time I get my hair done, whether it's a haircut, color, style, I always ask the girl, please do not put any product in my hair, just because I don't like to wash my hair often. Products tend to really weigh my hair down, and I don't like feeling gunk in my hair. And the one girl that did my hair, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna set it, because at that point I think she did like loose waves with a curling iron. She's like, are you okay if I just put a little bit of a finishing spray? It's not really tight and crispy. I was like, sure, why not? And I first was like, oh my god, this smells heavenly. Like, what is it that you used in my hair? And it was this. But also I really loved it because it was just as she says, like, it's called Hold Me Tight, but it's not, it doesn't make your hair. I always think of like my curls in high school when I just like would curl my hair with a curling iron and want it to stay that like perfect curl, and take like the crispiest of crispy hairspray to just like set it to just like stay perfect like that all day in class. Not into that anymore. So I was so happy to see that my hair was not crispy, and it kind of ended up falling and having really loose waves, but it kept the wave in, which is what I was actually wanting. It's the best when I can wake up the next day with like curling my hair the day prior and it still have like loose waves. This didn't make my hair feel gross. I could easily brush it out. And this is a really, really nice spray if you want a good setting spray. It kind of reminds me of the Moroccan oil spray. I used to be a big fan of that. I still am. I just never repurchased it when I ran out. So if you like that one and you're familiar with the texture and kind of how it wears in your hair, you might be a fan of this one by Paul Mitchell. Oh, I have two fails. Two fails. Not just one. Okay, and then we're gonna get into skincare. I have a couple masks. This one is new to me by Estee Lauder, the Nightwear Plus 3-Minute Detox Mask. And if you follow me on Snapchat, you've been privy to seeing this gorgeous green gunk on my face in a couple snaps. This has been my go-to lately when I just want to do it before bed. I don't have time to just like sit 15 minutes with a mask on my face. But recently I've had such breakouts on my chin. I guess it's just hormonal, but it's always when I break out, it's always in the same area. And so when my skin was kind of acting up this month, I used this like twice a week, and it just felt good to just kind of use to just like calm the redness, pull out any impurities, and it's 3 minutes and you can just rinse it off. It smells really good and it's very nostalgic to me, but I can't place my finger on why. If any of you have tried this, maybe you can help me out. I feel like it's the early YouTube days, like a product that I used back in the day when I first started. It just reminds me, it kind of smells like maybe Queen Helen Mint Julep mask. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But it's a very fresh, almost cucumber, but leans a little bit on the minty side. Maybe that is what it is. I don't know. But I like it. It's refreshing and it's cooling. It dries, but it doesn't make your face feel like you just had Botox and can't move. And it rinses off and it makes your skin feel really good underneath. But this has been really great for my skin to just kind of relax those areas. You can kind of use it as a spot treatment. I don't really always put this all over my face. I do oftentimes, but really I've just been loving this for like my chin area and my cheek where I have breakouts a lot. Okay, and then I need to just talk to you about the perfect little combination duo for nighttime. This has been so great for my skin, and I think this has been why these are now scars and not full-on inflamed breakouts. These are by Sunday Riley, and they are good jeans, which you guys know I've been using for over 2 months now. This is my second bottle, and I use this as a serum, and I put it underneath my moisturizer. A lot of people put this on and use it as a treatment and rinse it off. To me, I can't justify it. It's way too expensive to be rinsing off your face, and I've definitely noticed a difference when using this as a serum, so that's why I use it that way. And then this is new to my little regime at night. This is the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil. OMG. If you've ever wanted to try something to make your skin just feel like glass, it's probably a good idea for you to try. It's a blue oil, so it was very like, at first when I put it on, I was like, oh my god, I'm putting on blue stuff on my face. This is really weird. But first of all, the way it absorbed into my skin the first time that I used it, like, still was on my face where I could like give myself a nice face massage, but it wasn't greasy. My face looked very shiny, but it wasn't greasy, and it just felt like, oh my god, like my skin felt so good. The next morning, forget it. My skin, like every time I use it, I'm still blown away every time. My skin feels perfect. Like it almost feels like I have not one bump, not one impurity, nothing. It feels so good. So for nothing more than to just like smooth out my skin, this has been so amazing and so crucial. So using these together, this is actually all I've been using for the last week, just because ever since I started trying this and loving it, I was still kind of using the other products that I was using, and I wanted to really see how well these work just on their own. So for the last week, I've just been washing my face. Sometimes I use the facial radiance pads from First Aid Beauty, but I don't use those daily. And when I do or I don't, it doesn't matter. I use the good jeans, and then I follow up with the sleep oil. And my skin, I really feel like, is getting back to, I'll say this now and then tomorrow I wake up with a breakout. But I haven't had a breakout in like 2 weeks. It's calmed. It's faded these scars on my face, especially the ones on my cheek here. They're so easy to cover now with foundation, whereas before I'd have to like put concealer on top. and the hyperpigmentation that I have on my cheeks. So yes, these are expensive, but I've noticed a difference. These are not products for you to try if you have normal perfect skin, but if you suffer from breakouts, scars, hyperpigmentation, I really think that these two are a match made in heaven, and I know that they sell them in a duo set at Sephora, so you can save a little bit of money. And then finally, because I've had so many breakouts, I really missed having the Glam Glow Super Cleanse, and thankfully I have a couple of these bad boys in my bathroom stock, like of point perks that I got from Sephora, because when I ran out of this, I was gonna rebuy it, and then I ended up finding another mask, and I talked to you guys about that. It's a Korean brand, like a thermal and cooling mask, and that's been great, but I really miss having the Glam Glow because I know whenever I have a breakout or my pores are starting to look really big, I can always count on this to just kind of like calm everything down, like simmer down my skin, and I was really missing that, so I'm so glad that I have this, and I'm just including this in a favorites to let you know just how much I love this product, and that when all my little sample babies are gone, I will be purchasing another jar of it because I've realized it's just not a product I want to be without. I even use this sometimes as a nighttime spot treatment, like just a little bitty dab, especially like this one that I have. You can't even, it's not even really raised anymore, but this one on my chin, you might have seen like in previous videos, was so bad. I felt like I was like fighting a battle on my face. And this was crucial in just like getting it cleaned out and helping it to like go back to normal. So I love that. Next and last thing I'm going to talk to you about is a new Etsy shop that I was recently introduced to thanks to a really nice surprise package that showed up in my P.O. box. And she sent me these beautiful little prints for me, for this room, for whatever. And I know I have a lot of viewers that are beauty obsessed, that have makeup areas or makeup spaces in their house, that I thought you guys would just love to see these. She did not ask me to talk about these or promote them. I just thought a lot of you guys would really enjoy these. They're very inexpensive, and I think that they're so cute. This one says, "My life may not be perfect, but my lashes are." And this one says, "A woman is only helpless when her nail polish is drying." And she picked beautiful fall colors for this one. But I just love the font. I love the simplicity and classic kind of like chic feel they have. I'm sure she could customize a saying if you wanted her to, like in this fancy font. I don't know. I'm assuming that she could customize something. I could be totally wrong. But I just think these are adorable, and there's a lot more where this came from. Check out her shop. It's really cute stuff, and I think you guys might really find a new little Etsy shop that you'll love. Now, for the two fails, I think I actually talked about this one fail before. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I've been using it again recently, and that's kind of why I wanted to mention it. It's by Kula, and it's their makeup setting spray. And the whole point the reason that I bought this was because it also is an SPF 30, which I think I bought this back in the summer, and I wanted it as just like an extra layer of sunscreen. But I recently run out of my Scandinavia makeup finishing spray, which is like holy grail material, and I vowed that I'm just not gonna hoard makeup products anymore, so I'm not buying another one of those until I use all my makeup finishing sprays up, this being one of them, and I cannot stand this. I'm so disappointed because I love their sun care, like their actual sunscreen, their face sunscreen, their body sunscreen. I use it on myself, I use it on my daughter. It's safe, it's organic, I love it, it smells great. So when I saw them coming out with like a makeup setting spray, I thought this is gonna be huge. And it burns my eyes, and I do this with my eyes closed. I literally have to keep my eyes closed for like 30 seconds until it's completely evaporated off of my face to open my eyes because it stings. It smells bad, and I just smell alcohol. Like I smell alcohol and bad. I don't know. I cannot wait for this to go away. Like I'm gonna finish it. Maybe I'm torturing myself. I mean, it's not bad. Once it sets, I don't feel it or mind it, but just the act of spraying it on is just like, oh my gosh, I'm so like blown away, like surprised, because it's just the complete opposite of what I'm used to from this brand. But I wanted to just mention this because if anyone is taking vacations in this winter or starting into spring and wanting to like get some good sun protection, this would not be something I'd recommend. I'm sorry. And the next one is, like I said, probably gonna be a shock to you. This is by Drybar, and it's their Triple Sec 3-in-1. And I purchased this very recently to compare to the Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray, which is like near and dear to my heart. And I've heard so much buzz about this, and I wanted to just compare the two and see. And really this does nothing to my hair, and I'm really shocked. I wanted to really like it. It smells okay. It doesn't even come close to how good the Oribe smells. I kind of wanted to love this because it's easier for me to get at Sephora than like Oribe. I have to order usually from a department store because I don't live close to any of them. But it really did nothing. Like the Oribe really boosts up the volume in my hair. It makes it kind of gritty and have texture to it. And this doesn't. Like I sprayed it all throughout. I comb it through. It just still kind of just falls. Like it doesn't really make my hair have that texture that I'm looking for, especially when I want to wave it. And like I said, the smell is good. It's a good smelling product, but nothing compared to like Oribe is like intoxicating, and I wouldn't describe this as intoxicating. I will use this because I don't like to waste product, but again, if you are a loyal fan of Oribe and you've kind of been on the fence like me and wanting to try this, I would say just get yourself another bottle of Oribe and save yourself the money. So that is it. That's the roundup of my February. No, we're in February. That was my January favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Are these little pom-pom trimmed cards? Like, how cute are these? How freaking cute are these? Watercolor with little like pom